Surging COVID-19 infections and a return to the classroom. It is proving to be a questionable mix as just a week into the new school year, hundreds more students and faculty members in Cherokee County are now under quarantine after being exposed to the virus. Christy Diaz is live from her home this morning. And Christy, we're up to 15 schools now impacted.
15 schools, and just yesterday the district had to quarantine 350 students and staff after another 24 positive COVID cases. This is on top of the 450 they had already sent home last week because of exposure to the virus. So with each new case, the district sends home a letter talking about that case and letting parents know about the numbers and how many students or faculty must quarantine. Now, contact tracing is what determines who must go into quarantine for 2 weeks. They even made a status report website that's updated every Friday to track the numbers, and we have been tracking them. A majority of the cases yesterday are coming from freshmen at Osborne High School. Now, despite these numbers, at a press conference yesterday, right outside a major COVID testing site at the airport, Governor Kemp said, despite this, he thinks the first week of school went well. He expected problems and cases to pop up and said it's not if, but when, and it's how you respond. Sheba.
All right, Christy, thank you. And another high school is temporarily closed after at least one confirmed COVID-19 case. Staff at Osborne High School in Marietta-Cobb County had been reporting to campus to get prepared for the fall semester. They will now work remotely. The school, meantime, will undergo deep cleaning. Virtual classes in Cobb begin next Monday. We have a list of when each metro area school district returns and their reopening plan scrolling at the bottom of your screen in blue.